And I think this is where, you know, we really have to do a lot of work in our meditation to check out, you know, what are the kinds of issues that I have with institutions, with authorities? What is my knee-jerk pattern? Why do I feel so threatened? Yeah. Yes, there may be physical threats, but sometimes the physical threats aren't really the problem. It's the mental way I feel threatened, or it's the way I mentally react to the physical threats. Or maybe there aren't even any physical threats, but my mind just doesn't like to be told what to do. I'll volunteer for that one. Anybody else? I've lived with all of you. Come on. Yeah. So I think we have to look at, you know, this kind of I grasping, you know, grasping at an inherently existent self, looking at the conceit of I, looking at how we hold that I and how we're so terrified it's going to get obliterated by somebody external doing something. You know, is that true, that the I is going to get obliterated? First of all, that inherently existent I doesn't exist in order to get obliterated. Okay? So, you know, it's like being afraid that the scarecrow is going to die. It wasn't even alive to die. Yeah. So, you know, but really doing some searching inside and seeing, you know, how can we maintain our inner sense of dignity that does not depend on how other people treat us. Yeah, because we are so socially conditioned, you know, to react to how other people treat us and to get our sense of self-worth depending on how other people treat us, that we're perpetually imprisoned by that. But how can we have our own sense of self-worth, seeing our good qualities, and at the same time acknowledging our faults and limitations, without depending on other people saying, you do this, or you do that, or you know, whatever people say about us. Because where are we ever going to go in samsara where we will not have to deal with people who say things we don't like and do things we don't like? Where are we going to go in samsara where there's nobody who's going to tell us what to do? We keep trying to find that perfect place. The perfect place. You know, the perfect marriage, the perfect friends, the perfect job where nobody's going to tell us what to do that we don't want to do. If they tell us to do something we want to do, we don't call that telling us what to do we? It's only when they tell us what to do what we don't want to do that we call it telling us what to do, even though they're also telling us what to do when they're telling us to do something we want to do. Okay, but where are we ever going to go where we're not going to have to deal with that situation? Yeah? I mean, we're in cyclic existence. Everywhere. I don't care who you live with, who you deal with. So if we're going to be able to find some peace in relationship to institutions and authorities, that's going to be found inside here. You know? And I think it has to do with us having, believing in ourselves and having self-confidence. And having our own sense of integrity and dignity that doesn't depend on other people. You know? And being able to act from what we know is right in our own heart without having to make a big display and big case about it. unless it's of benefit to others to do that. Okay. Anyway, there's a lot to think about, so please think about it. We can discuss it some more. Okay? But the point is, when we do the meditation, we shouldn't do it with either, I'm rebelling against all this religious stuff, or, oh, they told me to do this, so I better do it and be a good kid. You know, you don't want to go either way. You want to do it because you know the value of doing this practice, because you believe in this practice, because you've made your own assessment with your own wisdom. You're committed to doing it. You want to do it for the benefit of others. And you're not doing it out of obligation or coercion or authority issues or rebelliousness or anything like that. You're doing it with a real, genuine, sincere motivation for the benefit of sentient beings and to attain enlightenment.